Okay, so now I want you to do some practice on your own with 1-point perspective. I want to see that you can do all of these things kind of by yourself. So I'm just going to show a couple of examples and I'm going to have you do this on your own. So I'm going to start off with a horizon line. You guessed it. So I'm going to put that right there in the middle of the paper. I'm going to draw a vanishing point, okay? All right, and I want you to draw 5 different shapes. Okay, that go to the vanishing point. So you already know how to do a square. So let's try maybe a triangle. So I'm just gonna draw a little triangle over here, okay? Now, obviously, most buildings are not triangular shaped, but I just want you to understand the concept of perspective, okay? And to take a break from the buildings for just a second. So if I want to make this look like a 3-dimensional shape that's in perspective, okay, I'm going to do the exact same process I did earlier, where I'm going to connect these to the dot, okay? So you can go all the way and draw it to the dot like that, and then erase out your lines if you'd like. Okay, now here's where some things get a little dicey. In our original practice, I told you only have 3 types of lines because we were drawing buildings, okay? This is kind of a little bit more imaginary, so I have to match this line, okay? Just like we talked about with the rectangles. So these lines need to be the same for it to be accurate. So in this case, it actually is a diagonal line because it's a triangle. Okay, but on a square or a rectangle, that line wouldn't exist. And I can even just line up my ruler to that diagonal like I have here and get that exactly right, okay? And then I erase these lines. So it just kind of depends on the shape you're drawing. So I can even draw a circle if I wanted to, okay, and make it look like it's in perspective here. Okay, so I'm going to take the bottom edge of this circle, connect it to there. I'm going to take the top edge of my circle, connect it there. And in this case, I would have to match my line. I would need a round line, okay? So I would want to match this curve right here and erase that. So those are some complex shapes. You do not have to do all of those, okay? And by different, I just mean don't make the exact same square over and over. So in reality, it's probably more helpful for you to actually practice 5 squares, okay? Just make sure they're not all the same size, because in reality, your buildings won't be all the same size, okay? So I'm just gonna practice a few more here for you. So I've got a square-ish shape. I'm gonna connect that to my vanishing point, okay? Do that here. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is right here. Notice how I didn't draw that line all the way to the point. Okay, you don't have to, the better you get at this, you don't have to make all of your lines go to the point. Okay, you can stop. You still want to make sure you're connected to the point, like I am, but you know that this building's not going to continue into infinity, so you just want to save yourself a little erasing. Okay, so you can stop and just kind of crop it yourself as you get better. Okay, you don't have to draw your infinity lines if you don't want to. So let me show that again. I'm going to draw another square here, okay? Okay, this time I don't have to draw all the way to the point. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm connected. I'm touching the point, I'm touching the corner, but I'm just going to go to there instead of drawing a huge shape, okay? So see how I stopped my lines? Now I'm just gonna add my matching line. So I need a vertical line and I need a square line. So again, remember, with your rectangles and squares, you only have 3 types of lines. If you do practice a funky shape, you're just gonna match the line of what you already drew, okay? So homework is to do 5 different shapes all on your own, okay? You can do a diamond, you can do a rhombus, or you truly can just do 5 different rectangles. I just wanna see that you can do this, okay?